Hey, what's up, guys? It's Saturday, and I wanted to share another story from my experience learning languages. This is the story of how I developed my method, my technique for mastering difficult vocabulary words. And it takes place in the summer of 2017 in Colombia. So I had a friend invite me to go on a vacation down to Colombia because he had family live down there, and he says, come on, we're going to go for like 10 days, a week and a half. It'll be great. I have family that'll let us stay with them. So we have free lodging. We're going to eat with them, free food. Colombia is cheap, and it's just going to be a really cheap adventure. And so I went along with, and we had a great time. His uncle and his cousin live in Colombia, and they're both native Spanish speakers. So my friend and I both used this opportunity to master Spanish even better, to keep continuing progressing on and learning more and more about Spanish, trying to knock some of the rust off because it had been 2 years since I lived in El Salvador, so I'm always looking for opportunities to improve my Spanish, especially when I'm in Colombia. And there came a day when we were driving around in the car, and both his uncle and his cousin are fluent English speakers, but we wanted to practice Spanish. So we had this kind of rule that whenever we were in the car, we were going to speak Spanish. And I was telling a story. I don't remember what the story was, but I remember that I had to say the word pinch. And I kind of started racking my brain, and I think I don't know how to say pinch in Spanish. Sort of random, but it's just one of those words that I never learned for whatever reason. So I asked them, and his uncle says the word pinch is pellizco. Okay, add one more word to my vocabulary. And so I try to remember that. We're driving, I say it a few times, and then by the end of the car ride, we get out of the car, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, he just told me that word for pinch, and I can't remember what it is. So I ask him again, and he tells me it's pellizco. And so I think, okay, I'm going to log that away. I'm going to try to remember that this time. And then the next day, I'm sitting there thinking, what was that word that he taught me yesterday? He told me twice, and I forgot it twice. And I'm like, just struggling, trying to recall this word, and I can't. So I go back up to him and I say, what is that word you taught me? The word for pinch. And he says, es pellizco. And not joking, it was at least a week, and I kept forgetting this word every day. And finally, I got fed up with forgetting and remembering this word, or forgetting the word and then having to go ask him to remind me of it. So I developed a story to help me remember the word. And it instantly changed the situation, because I did not forget that word ever again to this day. If I need to remember how to say the word pinch in Spanish, I think of the story that I created in my brain, and I instantly can remember it. And the story goes, you owe some money to a group of gangsters. And if you know, what is it? There's some stupid rap song that says, I'm a gangster, I'm a straight up G. Okay, so this group of gangsters, it's a group of G's, all right? And they start a company. And because they're all G's, they call their company G's Co. Now, you owe money to G's Co. and you're really worried about paying them back. And, you have good reason to be worried, because this company of gangsters has a reputation that if you don't pay their money on time, they will find you, and they will track you down, and they will pinch you if you don't pay Gsco. I know, it's stupid. It's a stupid story, makes no sense, but that's the point. I remember it because it's so silly and it's so dumb, but it helps me remember the word pay Gsco. And it also helps me remember that it's related to pinch, because they're going to track you down and pinch you if you don't pay Gsco. And like I said, it's a stupid story, but after a week of forgetting this word over and over and over and over, and I literally can't tell you how many times I forgot it, That's why I came up with the story, because I was fed up with forgetting that word. You can, and here's the thing. When I was trying to come up with a story for how to connect pellizco with the word pinch, it's not intuitive at first because pellizco doesn't sound like anything in English. You might have to get creative. Okay, you might have to come up with some strange, elaborate story for how to make this resemble a word in English. But you can do it, and you might have to get creative, but that's all going to help the process. It's going to help strengthen those neural pathways in your brain that connect the sound of the word to the meaning of the word. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this story helps you and gives you some motivation for those times where you are running into a vocabulary word that you cannot remember. Just come up with a story and it will help you connect the word to the meaning. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys on Monday.